Guys, it's super exciting. The first ever School of Wok cookbook is out very soon. It's already out on pre-order on Amazon, and there's a competition for you guys to enter and possibly win. Link in the description to enter the competition, and you have a chance to win a private online Zoom cooking class with me, cooking recipes from my School of Wok cookbook. All you need is a proof of purchase.
Tender, succulent chicken smothered with a nutty and creamy sauce. This is how I make my chicken rendang. Hi everyone, it's Shah here at School of Wok, and welcome back to another episode of Flavour Fridays. Today I am going to be making one of the classic iconic dishes of Indonesia, Malaysia and Singapore, chicken rendang, and let's get started with the rempah paste. So I've chopped up some lemongrass, some shallots, as well as a small red onion. You may need only half a red onion if they are really big, along with some red chilies that were soaked overnight, and some turmeric, garlic, and galangal. So now that everything's been chopped, we will go on to make the rempah paste by using our trusted mortar and pestle. So let's get pounding. First off, lemongrass going in, along with the shallots, and off we go. So once your shallot and lemongrass are fairly pureed down, get in your red onions, and then we carry on with the pounding. So once that's again pureed down, we will go in with the galangal and the garlic. So you may be wondering why we're doing this in this particular sequence. The reason is that we want to actually start off with the hardest ingredient, that's the lemongrass, before we then incorporate the rest of the ingredients so that we get a really nice smooth paste. And also it just gives the lemongrass a little bit more time to actually break down as well. So now we are going to add the last bit of ingredients. That's going to be the turmeric and also the chilies. Now, when it comes to pounding or smashing chilies in a mortar, you just want to be really quite careful, because chili juice squirting back out into your eyes is not a pleasant experience. So just maybe just have your face a little bit further away from your mortar. So after about 10 to 15 minutes of pounding, depending on how efficient you are with it, you'll end up with a paste that's looking a little bit like this, all fairly meshed up and juicy. When it comes to frying off the rempah paste, there is again a little bit of a sequence to it. You want to get either your wok or your pan to a medium heat, and we're just going to get in about sort of 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil and let that heat up, along with some cinnamon. So you can use either a cassia bark or cinnamon, and a couple of star anise to go in. So once we've got some sizzle with the cinnamon and the star anise, we'll just get our paste in. Now it's going to bubble up and sizzle quite a bit, so just be aware. Now, next thing, you really do want to stir this and make sure that nothing is catching at the bottom of your pan. But this paste will now need to cook off for about 5 minutes or so until it turns a lot darker and gets really fragrant and aromatic. So it's smelling really lovely now, and as you can see, the oil has started to separate a little bit from the paste. It's got a nice sheen. I'm going to now pop in a couple of kaffir lime leaves, as well as now the chicken. So today I'm using some chicken legs. You can obviously use chicken thighs and drumsticks that are separated. And then just want to really get in there and coat everything really well in that spice paste. Once the chicken's coated in that paste, we will add in the coconut milk. And at this point, might be worth thinking about seasoning, so we'll get some salt in there as well. And we'll just let that bubble away for about 25 minutes or so, depending on the size of the chicken legs that you're using. And we'll check back on it in about 25 minutes or so. So whilst our chicken is just cooking away, I'm just going to toast off some desiccated coconut in a frying pan, and it is just going to get a little bit brown, and that is exactly what we want. We want a really nice brown color to our coconut. First of all, that's going to give a lot of that really toasty flavors to our rendang, and second of all, that color is going to make our rendang look a little bit nicer as well. And remember, if you've got something that's so sensitive to heat, you don't want to keep it in the frying pan. You always want to just pop it into a bowl so it cools down ever so slightly. We've also got some kaffir lime leaves here for a bit of garnish later on. So easiest way to deal with your kaffir lime leaves, because they have that rib running down the middle. All you have to do is just pinch and fold the two leaves together and peel off the rib from the leaves. Then we simply stack up the leaves and just roll them almost like you do with a cigar, and just finely chop and slice down. Then we just fluff them up slightly, and there you go. We've got some lime leaves here for garnish. And then just before we go back to our chicken rendang to season, here's some palm sugar that I just need to grate up with a knife. Really easy to get these broken down, because even though they look like a block of sugar, they're actually really quite soft. So fair bit of simmering going on here with our chicken rendang, and as you can see, the oil has split just a little bit, and that's exactly what you want. A nice layer of that red oil is really good, because we want the dish to look really appetizing. Now I'm just going to go in with my kerisik, my toasted coconut, as well as a little bit of my palm sugar, my gula jawa. And also, just because we've added some palm sugar in there, it needs a little bit of that balance with a bit of sourness. So here I've got some asam, otherwise known as your tamarind paste. And then give everything a really good stir just to mix that through. And of course, don't forget, you've got to always taste and always check the quality of your work. I might just add a tiny pinch of salt there, or rather a generous pinch of salt. And then that is ready to get plated up, so let's go. So we're just gonna serve up the rendang with a bit of rice and onto a plate, just like that. And of course, can't forget about the sauce. Plenty of that gravy to go on your chicken. And also finally, just that garnish of kaffir lime leaves, just a little bit of that over the top. And there you have it, chicken rendang, or otherwise known as rendang ayam. Right, time for a little taste test. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, ooh, that very soft, tender, fall apart from the bone chicken. I'm just going to, selamat makan. So creamy and savory, and you've got that lovely kaffir coming through with that coconut that just makes it really, really rich. So nice. So, really interesting question for you. Leave a comment below if you think a rendang is a curry, or if it's purely a rendang, and what makes a rendang a rendang. Let us know.